Yeah.
Hey everyone, how are you doing? I am here with Kevin Sprong of the Escrow source. He's just awesome. We've been using him for a long time. How you doing, Kevin?
I'm doing fantastic. Thank
Awesome.
you, Trent.
Fantastic. So I thought it'd be really good for the people out there to see and to try and get an idea of really what is escrow and some questions they may have. I know a lot of you guys see in escrow all the time. So I guess our question to you, Kevin, what is escrow?
Escrow is a position where we are the independent third party to take instruction from a buyer and a seller.
Okay.
And follow the real estate purchase contract and ensure that the money is held safely.
Okay, fantastic.
That's my main function, is to preserve and keep the money safe for the transaction.
Through the course of the transaction.
Through the course of the entire transaction, yes.
Okay, fantastic.
Right.
And so you guys are responsible for dispersing the money out to
the buyer and the seller.
Okay.
Correct. That is
Okay.
my main function.
Okay, fantastic. And so I know, I'm sure there's people out there, buyers and sellers. What kind of problems do you see in your many years of experience? How long have you been doing this, Kevin?
In the area, about 25 years.
25
30
years.
overall.
Oh wow, that's incredible. So
Love it.
In the 25 to 30 years, what kind of problems can you see in escrow, and what today are the big problems that
Okay,
you see?
the biggest problem right now is wire fraud. That is by far the thing that we have to be the most careful with.
Sure.
And a lot of people take exception to secured emails and the different levels of security that we take to make sure that everybody's funds are safe. These are generally people's largest purchase, and it's our job to just ensure that that money remains safe. There are I come into probably 60 emails of phishing every day, of people trying to get into the system and try and divert funds the wrong way.
Wow.
And we have very, very many layers of security to keep that from happening. We don't even provide account numbers unless it's under secure emails.
Really? Okay. And
Yes.
so what can buyers and sellers out there kind of be aware of if someone's phishing to get their information and wire fraud? What would be a red flag?
I think the best thing to, at least the way that I handle it, not the red flag, it's so much the communication. Don't rely just on a computer, don't rely just on an email. Have the conversation with your escrow officer or title officer, whoever's handling it for you. I make a point of communicating with a buyer directly. I send them a security email with wiring instructions. I do not put my account number on there. I say contact me for the account information, and then re-verify. Then they can check me out, make sure that I am who I am. They can Google me and find out that our company is credible, and make sure that that the money is going to the right place, and obtain the account number. Then I make them call me and tell me I've sent that wire, and then I call them and tell them it's safely on deposit.
Absolutely.
Same thing with sellers. When you go to send them their proceeds, usually it's the largest chunk of funds that they're going to receive in their lifetime.
Yeah.
And I call them and say, this is where I'm sending it, correct? They've given it to me in a handwritten form. And then I verify that information, and then I say when I'm sending the money the exact dollar amount, and I have them call me to confirm receipt of it so that it doesn't get lost.
Fantastic, Kevin. So it sounds like there's multiple steps in the process to ensure the money's going to be transferred safely.
That is right. And in fact, I don't even have the ability in my office of sending a wire solely by myself. I have to verify it with the seller. I then have somebody else verify that my information is correct, and yet a third person verifies with the bank that that information is all correct. So it's a 3 levels process in our office just to send a wire out.
Okay,
just
fantastic.
to ensure security.
That's really, really good information to have, and I know the buyers and sellers out there will appreciate it. So last question, I know everyone's wondering, what is on average a good way to look at closing costs and how much it's going to cost through escrow?
Well, it all depends basically on the purchase price.
Okay.
Everything is price driven. In Laguna Niguel and Orange County altogether, pretty much everybody bases escrow charges, and title is very significant, on approximately around the $2 per thousand base is what kind of people are looking at.
Okay.
Los Angeles is slightly higher.
Interesting.
And Newport Beach is a little bit lower, which is interesting as well.
That is interesting.
San Diego is definitely lower as well. I came from San Diego and I'm much happier here in Orange County, so that works out well.
Fantastic, awesome. So that gives us a good overview of kind of what escrow is. Is there anything else you wanted to touch on, Kevin? I really appreciate you coming out.
Of course. Just back to that wire fraud thing, one more thing. Nobody ever changes wire instructions in the middle of a transaction. Don't ever let anybody guide you without having a conversation with your officer or your title officer, because it's probably somebody fishing for your money.
Okay, absolutely. That's good to know. So anyone out there, buyer, seller, looking to have escrow on either side, Kevin's your guy at the Escrow Source. He's fantastic. Thank you for being with us. I really
Thank you.
appreciate it. Thank
Appreciate
you.
it.
Awesome.